Hey there, Resurrection Gig Harbor family. Pastor Drew here coming to you from my back deck. Hey, I've got a really exciting announcement that I wanted to let you know about. Now, we talked about this during service on Sunday, and so if you were there, you've already heard this, but I also wanted to put it in our weekly newsletter for those who weren't able to make it to church this past Sunday. For the past several months, I've been inviting and encouraging you to be praying about where God might be leading us next as a church in terms of gathering location. We know that the church is not a building, nor is it an event that happens once a week. Rather, the church is the community, the people of God who just so happen to gather together for worship, and we do that in buildings. And so these are components of how we act out our identity as the church, but they don't make up who we are. So we've been praying that God would just open the door to whatever he would have next for us, wherever he is leading us next to express this community, this identity in Christ together in the city of Gig Harbor. And we've been kind of open to any and all possibilities. Specifically, I've been inviting you to pray about the YMCA. There are a lot of opportunities for partnership within the community, and the YMCA is one of those. It really is like a kind of central hub within the community that a lot of people are connected to, and a lot of people who don't yet know Jesus are connected to. And so we've been praying about this for a few months together. I personally have been praying about this for about 2 years. Honestly, I've been trying to just form a relationship for over 2 years now, trying to really understand how we can partner together and whether there's any opportunity for us worshiping in the YMCA space for over 1 year now. And just in the past couple of weeks, I've gotten some incredibly good news. We have the green light to begin our worship gatherings in the YMCA building starting actually in just a couple weeks from now, starting as soon as October 16th. Now, we will not be starting on October 16th. There's several things that need to happen before we're ready to move into the Y space. There's also several questions that I'm sure kind of immediately rise to the forefront of people's minds. What does this mean in terms of our gathering time? What does this mean in terms of like some of the logistics and how we serve? What does this mean for us to be moving to the YMCA? Another one of those questions might be, why are we doing this in the first place? So I just want to take a moment to address that question and then maybe hit on some of the other things as well. And I really want this to be the beginning of a conversation. I couldn't possibly say everything that I want to say or that I'm excited about or that I think God is leading us to in what will hopefully be like a 5 or 6 minute video. So why are we moving to the YMCA? Is our time with Discovery Baptist up? No, they haven't put any kind of time pressure on us to move out. They have simply said, hey, listen to where God is leading you, and until you hear from him, you can stay here. There's no end date on their invitation to us, which is incredibly generous, and they've been super generous to us all throughout the past year since we began meeting there. Really, why I think God is leading us into something new for the next season has everything to do with choosing what will be good for the kingdom over what feels easy and convenient for us. Uh, right now, it's really nice to be in a building that has everything we need. We're not paying any rent. We don't have to set up any chairs. We don't have to set up any sound equipment. We haven't had to buy anything really. Like, this is easier than 99% of church plants that I've ever heard of from a logistics standpoint. Now, I know there's been, I don't want to say like, hey, everything's been easy and it's just a piece of cake. But in terms of logistics, like the Lord has greatly blessed us over the last year. And I've been kind of imagining our using the Discovery Baptist building as a really solid set of training wheels while we learn to ride this bike called being the church in our local context. But at some point, training wheels have to come off, or else you never actually learn how to ride a bicycle. Bicycle only has two wheels, so the training wheels have got to be gone. I think that if we're willing to follow God through this door that He is opening for us, I think that the growth that He has for us in the hard things that honestly haven't been that hard to this point, will be a tremendous blessing to us individually, to our families, to our community, and to the community of Gig Harbor. So I really think that God is leading us into this new season, into this new location for our growth and for our good. So that's kind of the first answer. In terms of some of the logistics, when will we gather and all those sorts of things, the plan right now is to still gather at 3 p.m. Just to do that in this new location. As well, we will be more of a setup tear down kind of operation. The Y facilities are wonderful. Really, the only things that we'll have to set up and then take down are the chairs for our main worship gathering, as well as all of the sound equipment and things like that. Everything else is basically ready. There's a great kind of lobby hospitality area that we can use. There's great kids areas that are already set up and equipped for basically everything that we need. And so it's not necessarily like going into a school gym where we have to do everything from scratch, or whatever other kind of location you maybe have been a part of in a setup tear down church, or maybe like what your mind jumps to when you think of a setup tear down church. Really, all it means is that we'll be building out a setup team, or we might even be incorporating setup into the teams that already exist, like the hospitality team. Hey, get here a little bit earlier than you would have, and help set up before we welcome people into our gathering. I personally think that this is actually going to be a great opportunity to see more families serve together. One of my passions is to see our kids uh, grow up to know, love, and serve Jesus. And one of the best ways to do that is to actually have them serving on a team, uh, serving the wider body, and not just going into kids' ministry and being served all the time. So, one of my hopes is that we would actually see families serving together. Setting up chairs and that kind of a thing, and that would be an opportunity for deeper connection within our families, but also for great spiritual growth, especially for our kids. Now, there's lots more details I could cover. I'm already over 7 minutes, and I was hoping to keep it to six. So, what I'll do is just kind of say this is an open door. This is the beginning of a conversation. And also, this is the beginning of God doing something new in and through Resurrection Church. I will say the thing that I'm most excited about partnering with the Y is that as the executive director, Efren and I have been talking, really neither of us have any kind of interest in a landlord tenant relationship where we just rent out some space and we use it while other people aren't there, and we go in and we go out. Like, neither of us are very interested in that. What we're interested in is actually having a gospel partnership where really the Y is open to letting us come in and be a gospel presence in their events, in their classes, in whatever they're doing, to help connect people, not just to like greater physical health, but also greater spiritual health, which we know can't happen apart from Jesus and apart from the gospel. And so we're already in conversations about uh, participating in they have an upcoming Halloween event, and he's basically said, hey, I want you there. I want you there with a sign. I want people to know you're from Resurrection Church. You can run a table. You can have a photo booth. You can do a carnival game. Basically, whatever you want to do. You can pass out Bibles. You can pray with people. Whatever you want to do, we just want you there, and we want to partner with you. We've been talking about even doing an Easter event next year. I don't know that Tom Taylor Y has ever done an Easter event, but he has told me, like, we want to do an Easter event. We want it to be the Resurrection Easter, and we want the Y to be like fully bought in and to help us, make it amazing. And so this is not just an answer to prayer from God that this building has come available. It really is God doing even more than we've been asking for, providing not just a space to meet, but really a foothold, a foot in the door of the community, in a place where the community is already coming, and we can meet them there with the gospel of Jesus. So that's what I'm really excited about. Our vision is to impact every neighborhood, family, and person in Gig Harbor and the greater peninsula area with the gospel. And the Lord has provided a space for us where the neighborhoods and the families are already coming. So I hope that you're as excited about this as I am. If you have any questions, you can always feel free to reach out. We'll probably also be having just an ongoing conversation, maybe even some info nights where we can kind of catch a little bit more of the vision together and have an opportunity to ask all those questions. So, in the meantime, I look forward to seeing you this weekend. Look forward to worshiping together, and I look forward to seeing what God will continue to do in and through this community that is Resurrection Church. Thanks for being part of it.